What's up, everybody? Big Ten championship tomorrow. Big time, right? Big time. Um, Michigan football has been in the news the last few days. I don't really want to break down too much of it. Obviously, let's start with Cade McNamara going to Iowa. I'm happy for him. I think that's a program that he'll excel in. He's smart. He doesn't turn the ball over, but he doesn't have to necessarily go throw it 40 times a game. He'll be able to run, play action pass, use his feet when he needs to, and he'll just be able to be a leader. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder after what they went through on offense last year, so I'm happy for him. I'd love for Michigan to play Iowa in the Big Ten championship next year. I don't think it affects Michigan. I don't think it's a shot at Michigan. Obviously, the kid is anybody that gets benched, right? Whether it's work, whatever it is. Anytime you feel that somebody thinks they can go do better, it motivates you. So yeah, he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, but we're in good hands. We're in good hands. Mozzie Smith, I don't really want to break that down. Let the facts come out. That's gonna play out just fine. I've got no problems with it. Too many people are blowing that up. Too many people think they have an input when they don't even really know what they're talking about. But that's social media. That's the world we live in. I hope he learns. Just take care of your business. Be prepared. If you're gonna have things, and that's why we live in America, to have the privilege of having certain things and do things. Be on top of your game. That's the way I view it. Hopefully he learns from that. Hopefully he takes care of the business that he needs to take care of, and it plays out the way that I think it will play out. Blake Corum, man, prayers your way, man. I feel bad for him, but Blake, you carried this university, this fan base, this team all year. I remember the Maryland game. He went for like 240. I think even a little more than that, and we would have lost without Blake Corum. And all year, I think Blake Corum, he was the man, right? And he was improved. He got better. He was getting those little chunk yards. He was, one-on-one. You're not tackling him. I feel bad that he wasn't healthy. That's back-to-back years he wasn't healthy in the Ohio State game, and I hope the best. And if you don't know the kid, go YouTube him, Google him. He gives his NIL money back. He helps out at around the holidays. He's a great kid, and his story, he's a worker. I think I read something that when him and JJ fumbled the ball and when he got back from the Michigan State game, not this year but the last year, that he was in the weight room. And that's the type of kid he is. He's a competitor, and it's a great kid that has led our program. He's the face of our program this year. But I think this is the right thing moving forward for him to focus on himself, whether he's going to go to the draft, come back. He needs to get healthy. He needs to put that time in. He doesn't need to get more hurt. Obviously, it's pretty serious. And it allows Michigan to just move forward. Hey, we know we don't have Blake. We're not going to have that question mark. Donovan, you're the number one. These other Stokes, Gash, you guys got to step in. Mullins, whoever it is. JJ, everybody needs to be a part of the running game. I'd like to see AJ Henning get some touches in the reverse game. Even if it's just a quick toss, quick pass game, stuff like that. Roman Wilson, let's get these guys a little more involved. But I'm excited. Let's talk about Purdue. What does Purdue do that's going to give Michigan problems, okay? On paper, nothing. Does that mean they won't give us problems? Here's what they're going to do. They're well coached. They play with a chip on their shoulder. Their coach coaches like that. He coaches like, hey, everybody thinks this is Purdue. We're not serious. They, bigger, better schools than us. His teams play like that. They've had some explosive guys over the last few years. So they're gonna make some plays. I feel like their quarterbacks are always good at extending plays. I feel like their defense is just gonna play. You're gonna see him screaming on the sideline. You're gonna see his veins popping out of his head. But their team is gonna resemble that, and they're gonna play extremely hard. They're gonna play motivated. They're gonna have a chip on their shoulder that you can't just come out and bully us. They're also a little bit interesting because Michigan and Purdue haven't played enough for there to be that, Michigan has bullied us. We can't stop the run. We've been here, done that. There's none of that. So they're going to come in. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder to stop the run. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder to not let JJ beat them through there and stuff like that. So I expect them to keep it close at the beginning of the game. I expect them to come out and play hard. I expect them to throw out all the plays, all the trick plays, break tendencies, do whatever they can do to catch Michigan off guard. And what does that mean? So for Michigan, what you got to hope, when you come off of a big win, right, and then you're such a favorite, 16 and a half, 17-point favorite, it's tough. But I think what the coaches have done a great job of last year, and you hear JJ talk about it in some of these players, is that they've kind of said, hey, we can't go beat Ohio State and then lose in the Big Ten championship. That kind of would diminish what we did. So go finish the job, right? That I heard JJ kind of say it. The or the Kobe Bryant quote, R.I.P. To the GOAT, to the legend himself. But the job's not finished, right? So you got to go win the back to back. What do I expect for Michigan? Do I expect some breakout players? What do I expect? I expect Donovan Edwards to be good. Donovan Edwards is a star in the making. I think we all knew that. He was a big time recruit. He's very athletic. I think as he can develop a little bit of patience, he may be the best running back in the Big Ten, when Blake is gone. So we've been blessed. We have two, we had Haskins, we had Blake, now we have Donovan. Like, we've been loaded there, and you're starting to see that. I expect the offensive line to do what they have done all year. Control, and then break it loose in the second half because they just wear on you. That's what big, strong, NFL-like offensive lines do. I expect JJ to be sharp, don't turn it over. I expect Purdue to play much differently than Ohio State did. I think people, when you hear the Michigan coaches talk, and the more you watch and you break it down, I think Michigan was very shocked. I think, I think the teams that have maybe held Michigan in check is like, okay, stop the run and play soft coverage on passing downs. Make JJ throw the ball 10 times on a drive and complete 8 out of 10 passes. Can he do that? He looked like he could do that against Ohio State, but can he do that against zone? Can he, hit the 6? Can he hit the windows, right? Because that's what you're doing again when people are playing zone. You're throwing into windows. You got to lead a guy into the open window, stuff like that. You can't be late. So can he do that? In the run game, I just expect it to be consistent. I expect them to get Donovan going. I expect the other running backs that, maybe now that they know Blake's not playing, there's not that question mark. They don't know if they're not playing. They can be involved in some packages a little more comfortable. And I just take a breath and just say, hey, you're going to play for a championship now. Be sharp. Go dominate. So 3 players that matter on each side of the ball for Michigan, okay? Obviously, JJ, the quarterback always matters. The Donovan Edwards, and then the receivers, right? Shout out. I've been so critical of Cornelius Johnson. I think I told you guys this. Shout out to him for balling out against Ohio State. But the receivers, right? Can you go win the routes? Loveland at tight end. Hopefully Schoon's healthy again. That's the thing. Those guys, go win one-on-ones, or go find the holes in zone coverage. If they're going to play zone, go have a day, baby. Make some plays, right? So that's, those are the 3 keys. I think the offensive line will be great. They're a key always, but at this point, you expect Michigan's offensive line to dominate. On defense, the pass rush, Ohio State, C.J. Stroud's so good at getting rid of the ball. I thought we did a better job in the second half. I want to see that pass rush be better from the start. Number 2 is don't give up any big plays. Stay disciplined, stay home. Expect reverses, double passes, halfback passes, flea flickers. Be ready for everything. You know that, Purdue's got nothing to lose. They're playing with house money, right? The world expects Michigan to roll and go on to the college football playoff. This is a chance. This would be a program-changing win for Purdue, right? So they're coming in. We got nothing to lose. Everybody expects us to lose. So that's dangerous, right? So stay disciplined, stay in the moment, and just play, right? Go play. You're the better team, better players. Just play. Just make plays. Just do what you did. Do what you've done all year, okay? So I expect Michigan's defense, same thing. They'll wear them down, contain the run, make them throw, get to 3rd down and longs, and then you win based on your coverages and better athletes, right? So I expect to see that. I expect this to be crisp. I hope Michigan comes out and dominates. I don't know that will happen. I think Purdue will be motivated. I said that. I really think they're going to come out and they're going to be fired up. So I expect them to have a good first drive, Purdue. I expect their defense to probably load up on the run and kind of say, hey. And so that's the thing. Will JJ be sharp? That's what I want to see from JJ. I want to see him sharp right from the beginning. And I want to see the coaches call plays, be aggressive like they were last week. Okay, there's this narrative now that Jim Harbaugh hides things until the big game when he knows. I don't want to see vanilla. I want to see Michigan taking another step forward because the ultimate goal, Blake, Donovan, JJ, you saw that video, Andrell Anthony, those guys that were watching when Georgia was celebrating, and they all said, we're going to get back because we now know what it takes. Okay, so take that next step, right? Let's fire on all cylinders going into the college football playoff. That's really what I want to see. I think you'll see that. I'm very pumped up. I'm very excited. Back-to-back Big Ten championships on the line. Great. How big is that? It's just huge, right? That's huge for the program, huge for recruiting. Kind of puts our staple back on the Big Ten. If I had to predict a score, my gut tells me 41-17, but I think that I'm going to predict 38-10. 38-10, Michigan wins. Like I said, I think Purdue will be, maybe first quarter, midway through the second will be a little competitive, but then I think Michigan opens it up. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Michigan just came out and dominated right from the start. We'll see. I want to see them. This is leadership, right? Your leader is out, Blake Corum. Who steps in? Who kind of makes, when it's 3rd down and 2, when it's 3rd down and 3, or, when we need that play, who's going to go make that? Donovan made it. JJ made it last week. Can they consistently do that and be those guys? I keep saying Michigan's going to be better next year, but, you have a chance this year. And the ultimate goal was to get back to the college football playoff and show you that you can compete. So let's take care of business. Let's get ready to go roll in the playoff. That's what I want to see. That's what I expect. I think the coaches will have them ready. Like I said, I think that they're preaching you can't beat Ohio State and go lose in the Big Ten championship. That's not how this rivalry works. That you have to go stamp it, right? You got to go stamp it and send the postcard, Big Ten championship, back to the rival and let them know that we did finish the job, that this was no joke. It doesn't matter. So that's what I expect to see. 38-10, 41-17, somewhere in there. I'll say 38-10. I think this, like I said, the spread 16, 17, somewhere in there, might be 16.5, depending on where you're at or what you're betting on or what you're looking at. I would take Michigan. They're going to cover. I expect that. But like I said, don't be surprised if Purdue puts up a fight. They're well coached. They play with a chip on their shoulder. They have the underdog mindset, and that's what you need in a game like this. When basically nobody in the world is, it's going to be Michigan, and they're not even going to talk about Purdue. I guarantee in the pregame they're going to be talking about, can Michigan go compete with Georgia? Well, this is your chance, Purdue, go win that one game that matters. That scares me a little bit. That really does scare me. And it scares me that Michigan and Purdue have not played each other a bunch. So there's not that, kind of that bully factor, kind of that, we beat them, but we beat them every year. Like, they haven't played enough for these players or these coaches to even recognize that. So very unfamiliar. So the coaches had to work this week. It wasn't like you had already had the game plan. It's like you're scouting a brand new team. So it's kind of weird being in the conference and thinking that, but we haven't played Purdue enough. So that's scary. So those are some things I'm worried about. Purdue's had playmakers. I'm worried that they might get some big plays. Like I said, they're going to, I just expect them to play well. I think that coach is going to have them fired up. He's going to have all the bulletin board material. He's going to give a hell of a speech, and they're going to come out fired up. But I think Michigan will match them. I think that Michigan will be prepared, and we're going to find out. Like I said, we're going to find out who the next leader is. Blake's out. I think Blake will still be a leader. Obviously, he's been a big role of this team, but that's where we're at. So, to wrap it all up, good luck to Cade. Hopefully we see you in the Big 12 championship, or the Big 12. What a joke. I should be fired from my own podcast for that. Big 10 championship next year. I wish you the best. No shots taken here. I understand what you're doing. I understand why you went there. Go ball out, man. Go be the leader you are. Hope you're the best. Mazi Smith situation, let's just take care of business as a player, and as a university. Let's just take care of business. I think it will all play out, and there's no harm, no foul. I'm not too worried about that, but that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to get all political about guns, blah, 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 blah. That's for other people to argue. Blake, man, get healthy. Whether you want to go to the NFL, whether you want to come back, I think you'll be well supported. You are the face of this program right now, and we appreciate you. You're a dog. Like I said, if you have not watched the Blake Corum story, please go check it out. It will change. It motivates you. Kid's a worker. He's going to succeed. I promise you at the next level. If he wants to come back, we welcome him, baby. Bring him back. We'll have that two-headed monster again next year with Donovan and Blake, but whatever you expect. Donovan Edwards, this is your time to cement that you are the best running back in the Big Ten going forward. I know he's got that broken hand, but he is a baller, and I think he lives for moments like this. And him and JJ, they're super close. It seems like JJ is super close with a lot of people, but you can tell they've kind of been super close since day one. And so, yeah, this is exciting time. This is exciting time as a Michigan fan. I've been preaching it. We're going to be better next year. But we got to take care of business. We're here now. Let's focus on the moment. Let's go take care of it. 38-10, Michigan wins. I can't wait I'm doing an episode with my boy Braxton. On the episode, we'll let him break down kind of a little bit of his journey towards UFC. He is very close. He has a name to watch out for. We'll talk about that. I'm excited for that. And me and him and I will be breaking down the other games that affect the college football playoff. So we may do an episode tonight and then an episode again when the rankings come out Sunday. I will do a post-game review probably Sunday, maybe Saturday night late. I'm excited. 38-10, Michigan rolls. Let's just be sharp. Coaching staff, players, let's look good. Let's look like we're ready for the college football playoff. Happy, what is today? Friday. It feels like Saturday, but happy Friday. You see it, baby. The Michigan, go blue. Back to back Big Ten championships. So excited. Can't wait to watch the game. If you're going, uh, you know, that's an advantage, Michigan, right? We travel so well. It'll be like a home game. Make some noise. Be loud. Show the love, baby. That's what it's all about right now. You know the drill. Tell your loved ones you love them. Stay blessed. Coach Zai, out.